Proximity voice chat is now in Hytale.
Look, now your voice will interact with the environment.
Hey, look at me. I'm speaking underwater. And now we're talking in a cave.
Wow! Now I'm in a big forest. See, it echoes a little bit. And now I'm falling! So yeah, you can make some cool friend swap games with this. So have fun and good luck. Yippee!
Welcome back everyone. Update 4 is finally here after multiple pre-releases. So here are the biggest changes along with a few of my favorites. I'll also cover some recent updates from Simon later in the video, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's move on to the biggest additions. Proximity chat. Proximity voice chat is now in the game. You can talk to players based on distance with spatial audio and environmental effects. So whether you're exploring, fighting or just messing around, it's going to add a completely different layer to multiplayer. Alongside that, there are a bunch of new systems added as well. Most you'll notice within exploration mode gameplay and multiplayer servers. There's also been a potion system overhaul, most noticeably with faster drink speeds on some potions along with a few stat adjustments as well. Plus, some crops have now been added into the Alchemy bench, which require the new crystal fertilizer to be planted. And there are also new conditions tied to the final tier of plants before you can grow them. In general, farming has also had some improvements with Sickles being added and the watering can now having a 3x3 spray and increased durability. The emote wheel is now in the game, with new emotes and looping options. They added a new creative tool called Revolve. This new tool allows you to pace rotations of your current selection any number of times or fully around a center point, which makes it way easier to build things like towers or circular designs with repeated patterns. Then we get into one of the biggest parts of this update. Over 500 new blocks have been added to the game. A lot of existing sets have now been completed as part of these 500 blocks, with things like slabs, stairs and detail blocks filling in. So building will feel a lot more flexible overall, especially without needing to constantly travel to gather materials, as a lot of it can now be farmed. And by this I mean the tree system has also been updated, with new trees added to the game and existing trees added to the farming bench, which means you can now get 31 saplings, up from 11 in previous versions. So you've just got more options to work with in one place, as long as you're putting in the effort to grow them. Those may have been the highlights of update 4, but a few others stood out to me as well, so I'm going to share them right now. The C camera behavior has been reverted. This means the camera works more like it did before, giving you a full 360-degree control when holding the key. It also means that when you're using the fly camera and toggle back to controlling your player, as you can see in the playing clip, I can move around freely and chase the fence stalker, when before I would have been limited to running in a straight line only. Workbenches will now use the world game for the calculations instead of real time, so when I fast forward to night, you'll see the furnaces have now smelted all of the items. This now aligns with how crops function, meaning if you go to sleep, your workbench output will effectively fast forward with the world time, allowing you to take advantage of sleeping. Temple golems now drop specific gems, which is a nice reward improvement. The avatar creator also received 7 new hairstyles. Fences and walls now support T-junctions and 4-way connections, meaning the fences will just look a little bit cleaner. There are also a few nice visual additions, like the new neon Cyber City style blocks, and smaller details like updated fern variations, which just add a little bit more variety to the world. The full list of changes will be in the description, including hundreds of bugs and performance improvements. Before I wrap up, I want to share some of what Simon has been sharing with us recently. For example, the focus right now is building out core systems like crafting and World Gen V2, and a lot of these new blocks are actually needed for those new environments, so they can be properly integrated into the world design. It's all part of building a stronger foundation for everything that comes next, and he's even shared his approval of some major changes to the crafting and progression direction. Lastly, Simon has also just mentioned that controller support is actively being worked on, with the goal of getting a non-finished version out as soon as possible, although there's no ETA just yet. So overall, update 4 is here, whether it's proximity chat, all the new building options, or the added depth across systems. There's plenty here to explore and experiment with, especially if you're playing with friends. This update adds a lot more ways to interact and build together. I'm keen to get playing through this myself and see how it feels over time. And of course, let's see what's next as we move into update 5. Let me know what you think of this update, and I'll see you in the next one.